What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with the 61st installment of Black Girls on Television. Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder. Let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so Olivia is sleeping with the TV show host. We knew that it was coming, okay, although she is trying to keep him at arm's length, okay, keeping her distance. She is too powerful. She is too busy. She can't be fucking around with you too much. But anyway, the state dinner is upon us. He's trying to work his way in to be her date, but she has fully ignored him. As far as the state's dinner is concerned, it's 120 guests. It is 5 courses, and Millie is hosting it for the president of Bashwan. I still don't feel like I'm saying that name right. Cyrus and Liv meet, and Liv is still kind of treating Cyrus like he ain't shit. I was just like, wow, she is special. No patience for him. He was like, why are you so formal with me all the time, Mr. Vice President? You know, she goes on this whole long speech about how fucking busy she is. I was like, damn, 10 minutes in, we already getting the Shonda speech. Anyway, he's fussing because he's being seated next to the other well-known gay politician, boring. You know, he was just like, just because I'm gay doesn't mean that I need to be seated next to the gay, boring politician. And she was just telling him that that's his duty. You know, Millie got to do what she got to do. She got to do what she got to do. And now you need to do what you need to do, which is entertain the gay man. Back at Quinn Perkins and Associates, they are trying to still grow their clientele, trying to get David to, you know, work his magic and help them get into the state's dinner. And even though he is hesitant, why don't you ask Olivia? Olivia is too busy. She is not going to help them out. So David goes on ahead and pulls some strings and gets them 4 tickets. It will be Huck, Abby, Quinn, and Charlie. Now, Mellie is trying to get the president of Bashwan to sign this treaty for this nuclear arms deal. You know, they don't have really good relationship with that country, considering they were spying on them and they got caught and all of that. So, you know, it's a little delicate piece. Mellie tries to warm up to the president, and, you know, long story short, he ain't really feeling it. So now Mellie and Olivia realize that their job is going to be a little bit harder than they originally thought. Okay, the president will not be signing this treaty. Now, the state's dinner, got to come up with a game plan. Okay, Quinn and her associates, you know, they gonna work the room, they gonna talk to everybody, you know, yada, yada, yada. Huck doesn't really want to go because that's not his scene, and Abby makes him comfortable and says, you just go and, you know, you just talk to people. You just make yourself comfortable. It's nothing that you have never done before. You gonna be all right, Huck. Out the blue, Huck asks her if she misses the White House. She says, you know, I would be lying if I did say that I didn't miss it, but hey, I love being a gladiator. I was just like, for Quinn Perkins, okay, Addie, if you say so. It's Abby. And I keep on saying Addie because I work with an Addie, so that's what's stuck in my mind. Okay, so Mellie and Liv, they still trying to come up with a game plan, and Mellie is feeling the pains of being the strong, you know, HBIC, now being seen as the powerful president and not as a woman who just needs some damn DICK in their life. Okay, she's telling Liv that, you know, she's got a vagina, that it fully works, and don't nobody want a part of it. Okay, she can't even get a damn vibrator because she can't walk into no store and buy a vibrator. Okay, and she can't order a vibrator because she don't have a credit card anymore. Okay, it is definitely first world problems for Mellie. Mellie was just like, nigga, just want to get laid. So she kind of has a full breakdown, and you know, they have a good giggle off of it. I know you want to get your orgasm, girl. Sometimes that's all we need to make the day go right. However, okay, this is what we chose, and it is lonely at the top. Olivia knows, because Olivia, every time she hook up with some man, it don't last because, you know, when you're trying to be powerful and you want to be the HBIC, you have to sacrifice some things. And in this case, it is DICK. So you get out there and do what you got to do. Get with that president of Bashwan and make him sign this treaty. But it's not going to be that easy. While Liv is on her way to the state's dinner, she goes to check in on B613, you know, pushes some buttons, and all of a sudden she's in this secret area. All right, Jake is in there. He's setting up the command center, I suppose, and, you know, she's all business. He shows her that he put in a refrigerator stocked with sodas and drinks and whatnots, and she was just like, we need to get some dirt on the president of Bashwan. Turn him upside down and shake him, see what falls out of his pockets. I don't know why Jake let Olivia talk to him just any old fucking kind of way. That's your damn sister. Put your sister in check, Jake. He will never do that. He's such a fucking wimp. Side note, I need to remember to mention the music that Shonda is using this season. I guess Shonda said, you know what, damn it, this is the last season. She's always kind of stuck around the classic soul music, you know, with Stevie Wonder. That has always been her main pick. However, she didn't changed it up this season, didn't she? Child, we had Push It, okay, we had Jam on it. Bitch, next week we might have Future, okay, Migos. I was just like, you are really sticking it to him. I love it. I love the fact that she's just doing whatever she wants, and it is just so unapologetically black. Anyway, getting back on the show. Quinn Perkins and Associates is at the States dinner, you know. The damn TV host is at the dinner. Everybody is at the dinner. You know, Olivia sees them and was like, what are you guys doing here? They're like, don't worry about it. We not gonna make no, you know, we ain't gonna make no problems. It's all good. Even her bed buddy, the TV host, tells her, you know, that, hey, he's just there for conversation and good times and nothing else. Liv ain't really paying much attention to the fuck buddy because, you know, she's got bigger fish to fry. Mellie is trying to charm the president of Bashwan, you know, on the low, talking to him about this treaty even at the dinner and trying to get him to sign it, you know, and he's telling her that he can't go with the treaty, okay, his country will exile him, they may even kill him, all right, if he goes into some deal with the United States. So absolutely not. But maybe he'll change his mind when Jake finds out that there is some dirt on him, okay? Just that fast. Look at how fast that damn Jake like this, right? He goes and summons Olivia out of the States dinner, and he has pictures of the president walking into his hotel room the night before with some young girl, okay? Hand on the small of her back and all, okay? So it's looking like he has a special proclivity to the babies. So now we think we got the dirt on the old president, okay? In the meantime, while Huck is in there, you know, working the room, he's talking to some man. He looks like he's a highly medaled, you know, honorable, some sort of army, military, I should say, military vet or active in the military. He's got all these, you know, medals and things, right? Huck seems to notice something off about his medals, but you know, you don't never really know what's going on with Huck. You know, he just sees it, and the guy was like, is everything okay? And you know, Huck just kind of rushes off. So I was like, well, what's wrong with Huck now? At the same time, Cyrus is in there talking to the pretentious gay guy, okay? He's rich and he just spends money, you know, thousands, hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars on artwork, and he don't even really know who the artist is, and you know, he just kind of one of them ones that you just be like, oh god, why do I have to entertain this person again? This man tells Cyrus that he wants to run for governor. Again, people just be hungry for power. When the people are going to move into another room to listen to some entertainment, I guess, you know, he asked Cyrus to take him on a tour of the White House, a private tour, okay? And Cyrus, because he's got to entertain this man, he says, okay, fine. All right, so they walk around the White House. They end up in the president's office, okay? He takes it upon himself and sits behind the desk. And why did he do that? Okay, Cyrus was, you know, he almost lost his breath. I was like, poor Cyrus gonna have a heart attack. Do not sit behind the president's desk. This man ain't even got respect enough to know that you're not supposed to just sit your ass down. That is a highly, you could only sit there as the president. Okay, so Cyrus goes off on him. Get up from the president's seat. You're so stupid. You're just so privileged that you think that this is okay. You spend money on artwork just because you can, and you don't care anything about it. You know, he goes off on him, and the guy was just like, well, his little feelings was hurt. Cyrus was just like, you will never be the damn governor, and trying to be the president, I do not think so. Okay, so the man was just like, you know, I just wanted to sit at the chair. I didn't know it was going to be all of that. And then Cyrus tries to apologize, but it's too little too late. Now back at the dinner, they got some good news and they got some bad news. Okay, Jake tells Olivia that the girl was not a prostitute. She's not, you know, no young girl that he's seeing, but this girl was the president's niece. And it seems that the president has sent his niece here to the United States to get, education where she can be free and kind of, do what she want to do and all of that. So they're like, oh, okay, now this is the angle we can use. Okay, not that he fucking on the babies, but that, he is more inclined to have his family grow up in the United States where they're free and where they can get this education and all of that. Okay, so that's the angle that they're going to use. So she goes and she tries to confront the president with that. Okay, she's like, how she is. Your niece is here and she goes to college and, you sent her here so she can get an education. And how would your people feel if they knew that your niece was here? And the man was like, oh, since you gonna go and get that information, that already tell me how you are. But you know what? I was warned about your slick ass. Didn't like you when they told me about you and don't like you now. You can forget anybody signing that damn treaty, you old sneaky ass snake. I was like, uh-oh. Liv, you done fucked up now. So back at the party. Again, the music. She's singing, what's the name of that Stevie Wonder song? Is it And She's Gone? And she's gone. Let me get my like. And she's gone. And she's gone. Alright. Y'all didn't want me getting that lower register on that ass. Anyway, that might not even be the words all the right way right. But anyway, the girl is singing. Abby and David, she goes up to David and he grabs her hand. They have a quick moment. Alright, David still loves little Abby. But she ain't really feeling it, so she rushes away from him and goes over to Hook. And, Hook is all like, something ain't right with the guy with the medals. Okay, he's not who he say he is. So he tells her about the problem with the guy, and then they rush and tell Liv, you know what, there's a problem. All right. Next thing we see, the man with the medals. He sees the president and all of his, his security around him. And he tells the president that Millie would like to speak to him in another room and that you would know what it was about. Okay. Private. We don't need all these other people around you, just you. And because the president has been talking to Millie all this time, he doesn't see any problem with it. And he says, okay. So he goes with the man with the medals in the room. And when he gets in the room, the man with the medal pulls out the gun with the big old silencer on it. And, President of Bashwan says, oh, so you Americans is not so, it's not enough that you spy on us and you get caught and you do all of that. Now you trying to kill the president? Ain't this some shit? And then the man says, he starts talking on about how he ain't shit and how he ain't never been shit, he ain't never gonna be shit. And then the president realizes, this man is not American. He's like, oh, this might not be part of America at all. He says, you're Bashwanian. And the man says, sure am. All right, so then he was just like, oh, this is one of my own. Okay, and the man takes the gun and he about to blow the man's brains out. And then in kicks down the door to Secret Service. Okay, they come in, they overtake the military man with the fake medals. Okay, and then here comes Jake, just as smooth as can be, walks in. And then Olivia, right behind Jake. And she's all like, oh, that was a close one. So then they get the president and Millie and Jake and Olivia, and they're in Millie's office, and they're trying to determine who was the person that tried to kill him. This seems to have brought them closer, that the Americans was there for him and saved his life and all of that. When Olivia and Jake leaves and it's just Millie and the president of Bashwan in the room, they get a little bit more comfortable with each other. And she's still trying to tell him, how she would like for him to sign this treaty. And but in the meantime, can I have a real drink? I mean, why y'all giving me water and the man almost got killed? So she fixed him a stronger drink and sits down next to him, and he got to slide down in that damn couch a little bit. I was like, oh, child, you always know when the man fixes the turn on the charm. And actually, even earlier in the show, I saw that there was some sort of tension between the two of them. I wasn't quite sure if it was sexual or what it was. But baby, when he got that drink and he slid down in that couch a little bit and he was just like, my niece, I'm sure you know about her, she's in school. She has your picture up on her wall. You have made her believe that she can do anything. She's proud of you and she admires you. You are an awesome woman. You are an extraordinary, he is laying it on her. And I was just like, oh, he's smooth with it, and Melly, she done just told us about her lady parts being ignored, okay? You all close to him and all that, he all cocked, laid back and everything, and he, she was looking, I said, girl, don't get the kissing on him now, you the president, we can't be We can't be doing shit like that, okay? And I'm sure when I thought it, she thought the same thing. Wouldn't that be something if them two got together? But that would be too, like, they don't need to have that kind of storyline. But I tell you, I sure did love the tension, didn't y'all? Anyway, they come to their senses. He says he better go, okay, but he's looking forward to working with her. And she looked at him and she said, I am too. I would be too, old Mel. Now, back at Quinn Perkins and Associates, Abby is telling Huck that he did a good job and, that he should be proud, okay? As far as David and Abby, she was just like, what was that with the hand holding? And David was just like, I still love you. I still want to be with you. Abby still ain't really feeling it. We are just friends. Quinn and Charlie tries to break up with Quinn because he just doesn't feel right. He's just uncomfortable with the position that Quinn has, and he feels like she lies about their relationship, and that she ain't never gonna marry him, and whatever. She says she gonna marry him, she loves him, and they gonna get married. So okay. And Cyrus goes back to his office, and the pretentious rich man had sent him the artwork that he told Cyrus that he bought, that he didn't even know who the artist's name was. Okay, he sends a letter with it, and he says, I figured I'd send this painting on to somebody who could appreciate it. And then as far as Liv, okay, she's gonna get back together with her TV show host man. She goes and tells him a tip that this big treaty is about to happen. Okay, you can put it out there exclusively. So now now that they got all this power and shit going between the two of them, he done told her, she done told him some shit, and he done told her some shit. You know what? We gonna get busy tonight. Okay, they take it on back to her apartment. Okay, they on the elevator, they kissing, they loving it up. All right, and the elevator door is open, and who is standing over there in the corner but former President Fitzgerald Grant? Okay, he just over there just chilling, looking like, look at my hoe over there. At least the man ain't married. At least we don't think he is. But they kissing so much they don't even see him. When she finally, is about to get her keys so she can go in the door, she sees Fitz and he's just like, hi. Okay, and she just stops, and all of her expressions that always go across her face, and they just looking at the president or the former president. Oh, I guess they're always the president, right? Barack Obama's still my president, so. Then How to Get Away with Murder, okay? Michaela first is mad at Laurel for even asking her to ruin her job. Now, she done got her dream job and everything is going well. Now you asking me to be trying to follow up on some shit with Wes that you're not even sure of, okay? I was like, that's right, Michaela. Tell her to kiss your ass. Michaela leaves her on the street while Laurel's begging her to do it. Michaela's like, later for you. Now, Annalise, she gets all gussied up, and she is going to be working with this program called the Philadelphia Right to Counsel. They're honored to have her there, of course, because Annalise is Annalise, but they know that Annalise comes with a whole bunch of issues. Like, you ain't drinking, you ain't on that drink no more, are you? Annalise says nope, and it's like, well, we know that you used to be in high and sedity and rich, and there she's, listen, I ain't got no money. Okay, I'm here, put me to work, and we ain't got to go through all of that. So they put her on this case. There's a kid that's been in jail for 12 years. They say that he killed his girlfriend. He's a gang or ex-gang member. He's got facial tattoos. He looked crazy. They say that he pushed his girlfriend out of the window of his 10th floor apartment, but he is saying that the girl jumped. Okay, so this is the case that Annalise has to try. Back at the prosecution office, Oliver's there. He's trying to hustle up a job with Real Nice Nate. Real Nice Nate is not really giving him the time of day. While he's talking to Real Nice Nate, though, he notices that Bonnie is there and she works for the prosecution. So he goes back and he tells the kids, like, Bonnie works for the prosecution. And Asher says, I know. Finance Frank told me. And they're like, Finance Frank, why are you working with Finance Frank? He says, because I'm helping him study for the LSAT. But evidently Annalise fired her too. While they're talking about that, Connor comes and puts a check down on the table for $33,000 and said that he has withdrawn from the law program. So you know what? That's it. They looking at him like he crazy. Now back to Annalise. This case that she's trying, they got Real Nice Nate. He's a witness for the prosecution. And she was just like, why are you here? And he says, well, the person that was working the case can't come, and you know, I'm the lead investigator, so I should be able to. She was like, yeah, but you don't know nothing about this case. Now you just found out about it 20 minutes ago, and that's your way of preparations. My client deserves better than somebody that doesn't know anything about the case. Now, back where Michaela is, you know, she's working in her dream job. Ain't nobody else working in their damn dream job, so you know, they called her, and everybody's trying to convince Connor to go back to, you know, get back on his law school thing and get this thing going. While she's on the phone with them, she ain't supposed to be on the phone. She's at work, okay? Old Steen from Underground come up. I said, look at Steen, honey. I guess Steen said, bitch, you don't want to put the show back on? I'll get another job on a national network with a show that is on and popping, such as How to Get Away with Murder. I said, I ain't mad, Steen, girl. And honey, Steen, you know, she still got that look, except she got on regular clothes. You know, this ain't from the slavery days this time. And Steen says, you on the phone? And she was just like, oh, yeah, you know. So Steen take the phone, and that stupid ass Asher tried to act like he was a client, but Steen was just like, oh, okay, so this is what you want to do, come on here. All right, so I guess this is a game that they have, a hazing thing that they have for the interns, new interns for the law firm that they work for, where they have to give out you know, it's trivia on law policies and terms and cases and whatnot. We know that Michaela is an overachiever, and they also have hired on Drake. I did not know that was the Indian man's name. Y'all told me last week, and I was like, that don't sound right, but yes, that is it. Anyway, so they're part of this game, and you know, they're giving out their answers. They ask them questions, and they're giving their answers, okay, and Michaela is making it through, knowing all the answers, making it through. I was like, that's it, girl, fist pumping righteousness with my black girls. Black girl magic, fool. While Michaela's over there, you know, overachieving, you know, Laurel, she ain't got nothing. She go try to get a job with Bonnie, and Bonnie was just like, no, honey, go on somewhere, you ain't working here. Real nice Nate walks up, co-signs, you know, shake Laurel off, and then, you know, real nice Nate tells Bonnie, let's get the, you know, let's get the Annalise stink off of us, okay? He got a plan. Now, Annalise, she's working for this program, but you know, Annalise don't like being micromanaged, so the lady that's over her, you know, is always wanting to ask her questions. They're saying, baby, this ain't gonna work if you're gonna be asking me a question every 15 minutes, okay? While she's there, she has to submit to random drug testing. All right, they want to get a pee sample right then, yes, right now. So, okay, so she goes in the bathroom and she pees, and okay, go and get that to them people, and then when she comes out of the stall, who should be there but Laurel? I said, oh God. I was just like, I already know how this is gonna go. You know, Laurel, you know, with that old rich bitch, old, you know, crybaby, stubborn, just you know, Annalise is trying to make small talk. How's everything going? Oh, you know, Michaela got a great job, and you know, Connor and Asher, you know, Connor dropped out, and Asher's, I didn't get a job, you know. Oh, and Wes is still dead, you know, not that it matters to you. And Annalise was also like, look, I'm trying to move on with my life. You need to do the same, okay? You about to be a mama. You have a child coming. You should stop acting like one. And, you know, Laurel, you know what? You're right. Okay, and in case you're wondering, it's a boy. While she was, I said, I can't stand that damn Laurel. Annalise, girl, you be holding it together with Laurel, because I'd have been told that bitch off. Now, back at Michaela's office, she summons in with Steen, honey, and Steen tell her, listen, you here at this office, it is your responsibility to be the best. Represent for the women and kick ass at all times. Now, the kids are still trying to get Connor to, you know, come to his senses. Isn't it crazy that Asher, as a straight man, is spending his time with Connor at the male strip club? I mean, I'm assuming. I was just like, how realistic is it that, I know, is that a cultural thing? Because I can't imagine no black men, if you a black man that's straight, is going to be hanging at the black gay man's club, okay? I mean, you know, black men are fine with you being gay, but they ain't really trying to see no other nigga just shaking their ass in their face. So I'm wondering if this is what white folks do, okay? Y'all let me know. My white rock stars out there, y'all know Rocky love you. You know that, right? Okay? I just be needing y'all to put me up on game sometimes, because I was just like, oh. While they there, Oliver gets a call from real nice Nate and Bonnie. They want him to come on down there, and make a long story short, they need him to hack into Annalise's phone so they can find out what you know, the young boy that's in jail might have told Annalise, you know, off the record. So when they get to court the next day and Annalise is questioning the kid on the stage, when she finished on the stand, when she finishes, now it's time for prosecution, and immediately the lawyer says, I want him to submit to a paternity test, okay, because the baby was not his, and that's why he pushed her out of the window, because he was mad. And Annalise this was something that they were trying to hide. I think I forgot to tell you guys that part at the beginning of the review. But anyway, Annalise, they didn't want this news to come out because that would look like he had motive, that he was mad. So she was just like, where did this information come from? Where do you guys don't have any proof? You know, she's trying to stop it. In the meantime, the poor little girl, the baby, that was the result of this relationship, she's now 12 years old, and she's listening and thinking that maybe this might not be her father. She starts crying. I mean, it is just terrible, right? And you know that Annalise, she can't stop it, no way. Looks like this paternity test is going to happen, so now she's pissed. When she leaves the courthouse, she gets a call from her boss, and, you know, long story short, her boss wants the case back, and Annalise says, no, you're not getting the case back, okay? Leave me the hell alone, okay? She's about to get in her car, but she spots Bonnie and Real Nice Nate, you know, in the parking garage as well. And so she rushes over there, and she's like, listen, I know that I done did a whole lot of shit to both of you guys. However, that was real foul that you would do that shit, okay? I don't know how y'all got that information, but did you take into consideration that the damn baby was sitting in the damn courthouse and how that would make them feel? You fucked up, Bonnie, okay? You can't separate your emotions from the case, and that's why you a bad lawyer. And Bonnie tried to get with Annalise, and honey, Annalise got the fight like, bitch, I'll beat your ass right here in this damn garage. I said, Annalise, you ain't fixing to fight somebody. Annalise Keating, girl, you better stop that. Child, of Real Nice Nate was in between the two of them. I don't know what might have happened to poor little Bonnie's ass, okay, because Annalise was so over it. That damn Real Nice Nate gonna say with a whole lot of depth and command in his voice, get in the car. I said, oh, child. I was turned on a little bit with, I said, that Real Nice Nate, know he's sexy. I'd have been like, okay, let me get in the car. And Annalise was just like, you know, I'm just over both of you guys, okay? That shit was wrong. She gets a call after all of that melee, and somebody tells her on the other line that they need her to come and identify a body at the morgue. So she takes her ass on down to the morgue, and when they lift the sheets, who should be laying there but her client that she just got off last episode. The lady overdosed. They found her in an alley, and yeah, she's dead. Just like Annalise figured. Didn't think it would happen this fast. So afterwards, Annalise shows up at her counselor's office, and she tells him, you know what, I knew it. Okay, just like I told you, my client died. And she's all frazzled because she's about to lose this case between her person dying and now about to lose this case. Like, she just feels like, you know, Annalise not used to losing. And it's making her want to drink. He was just like, well, I could get you off of this case. You know, I could say that you can't handle it, you know, all of that. And she was just like, no, I want to drink, but I didn't drink. That's why I came here. She don't want to get taken off the case. You ain't got to do that. All right, so she leaves and she goes back to her apartment. When her elevator door opens, she sees this package at her door. You know, she's looking around like, well, now where this come from? Back to Laurel, you know, she pitiful. She can't find no job. She goes over to Finance Frank. She's all, you know, woe is me, and telling him about her pity party and all that while she's there. He gets a call from Asher. Asher needs his services ASAP. They're going to have this impromptu intervention for Connor. Okay, even Fine-Ass Frank is there. You know, Connor's just like, why is he here? But for a minute, we thought that he was the one that killed Wes. And, you know, Laurel, he didn't kill Wes. But, you know, anyway, they're trying to talk Connor into not throwing away his whole law career. And Connor was just like, if you guys loved me, then you would understand that maybe law is just not for me anymore. Okay? Am I made myself clear? I don't want to do it no damn more. So they, you know, what can they do but say okay? Well, one person does know where she lives, and she calls that one person, which is Fine-Ass Frank. What did you leave on my door? Finance Frank was like, well, I didn't leave nothing on your door. You didn't leave nothing on my door. You the only one know where I live. And he says, I didn't leave anything on your door, Annalise, but what is it? Okay, let me help you. Turns out it's a DVD, and Annalise sits down and puts the DVD in, and she watches what it is. Well, it turns out it is a video of the girl, okay, jumping to her death. As soon as she jumps out the window, a couple of seconds later, you see the boyfriend come rushing to the window afterwards as if to say like, oh my God, why did you do this? So then we see that Laurel finally gets a job with Bonnie. You know, Bonnie goes on and hires her. She feels sorry for her or whatever. Okay, now, as far as who left this package, well, Finance Frank is on the job. He goes and tells Annalise that the front doorman said that somebody came in by the name of Bill Stanton. Okay, works at the bar across from the city hall, and guess who he's screwing? The lady that you work for. Evidently, they had this footage from an ATM across the street from the building, and then, you know, they had it and all of that. Don't tell us that this lady buried some evidence. They go to court the next day, and the former lawyer, she's called as a hostile witness. Annalise makes an example out of her. You know, you're a public defendant, you work for the public defender's office, okay, you're overworked, you're underpaid, okay, you're understaffed, you ain't always able to do what you need to do. I understand that, okay? They watch the video and they see that this girl is jumping to her death, okay? Well, that's a no-brainer. The man obviously did not push this girl out of the window. But back to this woman, okay? Did you have this? And she said, well, you know, there's a whole bunch of files and there's a lot of boxes. And Annalise is just like, but did you have it in evidence? Yeah, I had it, but, you know, I didn't have time to watch it. Well, you didn't have time because you're understaffed and you're underpaid and you know, you're overworked. And, you know, in the meantime, this poor man's life is ruined. He's been in jail for 12 years for, you know, a crime that he didn't do. You didn't even think or worry about watching this film because look at him, he's got tattoos over his face and he was a known gang member at some time, and of course he pushed his girlfriend out of the window, but he did not. And the lady is just like, well, you know what, I'm human and I made a mistake, okay, I made a terrible mistake. She's sorry. That's the best she can give everybody. Well, the man is obviously let go. He did not kill this woman. He's free to go off and try to build a relationship with his daughter. I said, first thing of business, he need to get them damn skeleton tattoos off his face. Anyway, Annalise is happy. She's won her case. She's walking out, and the public defender comes rushing up after her. Why did you do that? Why did you put me on stand? Okay, that could have been done in the judge's chambers, and nobody had to know about it. Okay, but Annalise was like, I'm sorry, we had to make an example out of you. And the lady was like, well, I'm gonna lose my license over there. She said, girl, they ain't gonna give you, you ain't gonna lose your license. I mean, if I ain't lost my license with all the shit that I've done, then you won't lose yours as well. But honey, the lady is real mad at Annalise and spits on her. I said, uh-oh. And Annalise, honey, she swing that bitch around and hold her by the lapels right here. And Annalise was like, oh, girl, you don't know how much I want to whoop your ass in this courthouse. And she let the lady go. I said, y'all better quit pushing Annalise. Now, Annalise done had about as much as she could take. She can't drink. She ain't got no man. She got to look at real nice Nate walking around all the damn time. And then here you come and spit on her? Get out of my face before it be some gospel singing and flower bringing. Shit. Now, Michaela, she's at work and Laurel, you know, comes in and she tells her that she has proof that her dad was the one that killed Wes because he was on a plane that got into, you know, Philadelphia the same day that Wes was killed. And she tells Michaela to go in there and, you know, make sure she win it for Wes. And Michaela goes in there and it's just her and Drake left in this intern game that they have. And, you know, they ask Drake a question and he doesn't have the answer. And then they ask Michaela a question and, you know, Michaela go through some changes. I didn't know what that was about, but, you know, has something to do with Wes and Laurel. But anyway, she gets the right answer and she is the winner. Okay, so yeah, Michaela is the kick-ass for the women's. As far as Annalise, she goes to her counselor's office and she tells them that she had to fix this for the people, okay, that she has a responsibility for them, and the counselor is trying to tell her that she does not have to, and she says, yes, I do, okay, the system is failing these poor people, and they got public defenders who don't care, who don't have enough money, who don't have enough hours, you know, to work all these cases. You know, she's about to launch a class action suit. The counselor doesn't think that's a good idea because, damn it, you already, you know, having problems with not drinking and everything. And she was just like, listen, don't be up here trying to tell me what to do. You already nervous that I'm going to put this thing on you, okay, that I'm going to lower the boom, that I'm going to put this whammy that is Annalise all on that ass and make you fall in love with me like I did my husband. And ever since then, you've been trying to flip the tables back around down and get back on top. And he tries to act like it's not true, but a little bit of what Annalise says is always true, right? And she was just like, I'm gonna tell you what though, we're gonna go through this together, but you ain't gonna break me. Then we see Connor and Asher again in the gay club, and Oliver brings Connor's gay fathers to the gay club, and I guess they're there to try to talk Connor into changing his mind. And then we see Michaela, okay, she is schmoozing with Steen. And she tells Steen that I want to work with you because you're the best of the best here, and I want to learn from you, and I think you awesome and everything. So Steen says, okay, girl, you can work for me, okay, but it's your funeral. She don't know how true them words might be. As a matter of fact, we jump 2 months out, and we see Michaela. She's at the hospital, okay, looking in the window where Laurel is. Where's my baby? Where's my baby? Where's my baby? Michaela's all disheveled, and the counselor, he sees her in the looking in the window, and he thinks that that's Annalise from the side. He's all, Annalise, and he rushes up to her, and then he realizes it's Michaela. And Michaela looks at him, and then she goes, where is he? Okay, is he dead? All right, he's dead, huh? Okay, everybody dies around us. Everybody dies around us. And, she kind of collapses in old counselor's arms, and we don't know who she's talking about, but whose funeral might it be? I guess we'll see in 2 months. Alright, you guys, that's it. Let me get off of here, get back to work, finish up this budget. It is Friday. Thank you all for your prayers. We've been trying to pray for my sanity and my nerves, okay? It's going to be a beautiful day at 5:01 p.m. Anyway, you guys, let me get off of here. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.